Hello there, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Welcome back to Radiant Moon Tarot. My name is Victoria, and this is a timeless reading for you guys. This is messages from Spirit, awakening you, bringing you messages about your path, your purpose, power, potential. I'm going to see what's activating here for you guys and what other messages that Spirit has for you. This is a timeless reading, so trust whenever this reading has found you is exactly when it's meant to. There might be a small message in this reading for you, or perhaps the whole thing may resonate. Let's get right into it and have a look and see what we've got. First off, beautiful. We've got the cycle breaker here for you guys. Wonderful. So you have either been going through some endings in your life, or you are about to. You're breaking patterns, breaking down cycles, behaviors, and this can be part of your soul purpose, your soul contract. You're here to resolve things. You're here to put an end to a certain cycle, a pattern, something in this lifetime. Here, perhaps, maybe you've been working on improving your daily habits, right? Not always the easiest thing to do. So this is a reminder here from Spirit that you will break through. You will get through whatever it is that you are getting through. If you're going through an ending right now, right, because you have completed a karmic cycle here, you have really learned a lot of life lessons, and you've been doing so much work, right? You are right here. You're right at the finish line. This is an end point for you here with this. That cycle, that pattern has been broken. This is a reminder for some of you that if you are trying to make some strides, you're trying to do something a little bit better, then this is that reminder to keep pushing, keep powering through, right? You can do it. So it's a big old cheering energy here from Spirit. But this is overall about cycles coming to an end, right? And, part of our cycles, this can be, our daily habits. This can be relationship patterns. This could be things to do with money, habits and belief systems, about, spending, how we make money, how we spend it, what we do with it for the future, right? Whatever it happens to be, this cycle has been a little bit challenging, and this is coming to a close. So don't give up. You're exactly where you're meant to be. Take things one day at a time, one step at a time, and you will have that breakthrough that you are looking for. This is also a little bit of a call to action. Okay, almost a little bit of a challenge from your spiritual soul tribe here, inviting you to have a look at your life to see what it's keeping on repeating in your life that is you want to be different. It's like, why do I keep doing this over and over again? Why do I keep choosing to connect with these kind of people? Why do I continuously fall into these money habits or these belief habits, right? And so your challenge here from Spirit is to really be very honest and open with yourself and have a good look at your current situation, at your past patterns and behaviors, and say to yourself right here, right now, this I need to change. This needs to come to an end, and you can close down that cycle and you can start something fresh. You can start something new and put yourself on a different or better trajectory. We have obstacle here. Find another road, flexibility, and change, right? So part of dealing with obstacles and challenges as they come up in our life is our ability to be flexible. The more flexible and adaptable we are, the easier obstacles are to deal with, because we're more likely to see past the issue, to see past the challenge, and find a way through, find a way over, under, around, right? Or we can just break down that obstacle right in front of us. So, but it does require some open-mindedness. It does require a little bit of an ability to adapt, right? Or to embrace change or recognize the need for change. This is a big kind of a big energy that's coming in here for you guys, right? There's changes ahead. There's maybe you've been feeling as though you've hit a roadblock, right? You've hit an impasse, right? So you have no choice here but to find a different way, find a better way. And of course, when we've got something blocking our path, this can be that sign that we need, and that, that exclamation point, right? That something in your life must come to an end, right? It's that glass ceiling, it's that roadblock that's right there. It's something is preventing you from living your best life, or from doing what you want to do, or feeling better about yourself, whatever it happens to be, right? It's like this thing is blocking your path forward. So what are you going to do about it? Are you going to break down a pattern, break down a cycle, embrace new habits, behaviors, belief systems? Are you going to let something stop you in your tracks? Are you going to reach down deep into that fire within there, Sagittarius? And are you going to do whatever it takes to get yourself to wherever you want to be and make the changes, whatever it is that you want to change? Sometimes these things are small. Sometimes these things are big, right? But never discount the small things that we do, because they do add up to big things. And we do, we look at things, everything is big and bright and shiny, right? And we think about big changes and, all that kind of stuff. But it's the little things that really do add up. Whatever your situation is, you're in a cycle of change and transformation here, right? And this is where you may experience some endings, but where one road closes, right, you find a pathway to a better new road, right? A new opportunity, a new beginning. New roads are opening for you. One door closes, another one is set to open. So be open and aware, and be a little bit adaptable in that energy. We have frozen for a time, order in the forest, and we have the consequence of fear. Some things in your world may feel as though they are stuck, or they've come to, just kind of a little bit frozen, right? So when we get the frozen in time card here, it's card number 16, right? So it can kind of relate back to the Tower card. And we all know what happens with the Tower, right? We've got breaking down of patterns, of situations, of shedding things in our life that aren't working for us anymore, whether that's something within us or something in our external world, right? And it can come as a surprise, something unexpected, but it really does form change, right? But in order to find our new path or our better path forward, we quite often have to break down our old systems and structures and patterns and behaviors, break something down in order to rebuild it from a better place, a better position, right? Because with that Tower energy, we shed, we release anything that's blocking us, anything that's not working, and we start off again from our good foundation, right? Because we keep the things that work and we let go of the things that don't work, and then we rebuild, right? But it's stronger, it's better than it was before. So whether this is something that you're breaking down inside of you so that you can be better and healthier and stronger and happier, and maybe you can be more courageous and brave, or whether it's something in your external world as well, right? Relationships, jobs, whatever it happens to be, sometimes we do need to release, let things go. And sometimes in a kind of a crazy, chaotic way, in order to open new doors and new portals for ourselves and have that better, more fulfilling life. But in the frozen in time energy, this can show that, either you have already let some things go, some things have already been shed, and right now you're kind of like in a holding pattern a little bit. And it's for a purpose, because sometimes when we are in this kind of holding pattern energy, it's kind of like a plateau, and it does slow us down on purpose to help us get both feet back on the ground, to help us give a little bit more time or thought to what direction that we want to go forward in. right? What do we really want, right? We can do a little soul searching with this energy of non-action. This is also saying to you, giving you a heads up, slow down. We try and race through things a lot of times, and even though we want to make change or things like that, or develop new habits and things, we want to race through things, and we do need to take our time. Imagine if you're trying to let go of some old habits, right? We'll take something like losing weight, right? Daily habits, you changing your entire eating regime or your exercise regime, right? And to develop a new habit takes time. It doesn't just happen in 3 or 4 days, right? It takes minimum 30 days usually, and a few months really to really get in that habit where you're no longer thinking about what you're trying to do better. It just starts to come naturally. But we do need patience in that time, right? So you might not necessarily be seeing a lot of changes or a lot of doors opening in your situation, right? But trust that they are opening, trust that they're there. And in this frozen in time energy, it gives you time to relax, to contemplate, to recharge your batteries a little bit there as well, right? So there can be a lot of action going on behind the scenes, even though it seems like there's nothing happening. So always keep that in mind. Order in the forest does bring about an energy of grounding and protecting your energy, connecting with nature, feeling at one with the universe, but it is also about cleansing, releasing attachments. This is about, recognizing the cycles and patterns in life. If we go out in the nature and we look at the forest, right? Pick a tree, right? So maybe it's something like a cherry tree or an apple tree, right? We recognize that there are patterns in nature. And just as though there's natural patterns that occur in nature, the cycles of life, those same cycles, those same patterns exist within us as well. We are all connected. So just like the tree, in the autumn, the leaves turn yellow or brown, they get dry, they fall off because the tree needs to release what has served its purpose to store up energy for the winter and get ready for the next spring where it's time to blossom and come to life again. So if we think about the winter months, the dormant months that the tree goes through, this can be representative of the frozen in time. You've shed something and now you need that little bit of a dormant period before you spring back to life again. So regardless of where you are in your cycles, no matter what changes you've got going on or what you're healing from or what you're, want to open up for you, right? In the quiet space, this is where you do recharge yourself, right? And this is where you do figure out, yeah, this is what I truly want, or this is where I see myself going. It's maybe where you also build up some courage that you may need to face some fears or get out of your comfort zone, right? So, in this quiet energy, this is where we actually make so much progress. And just because it can't be seen necessarily on the outside, or we don't feel like we've made a lot of progress, trust in the process and trust that you have. We do have some overwhelming consequences of fear here as well. If we think of fear, what happens? We can be frozen, fear. Right? So if you feel stuck in one spot, it may be that you're needing to work through some fears, some anxieties, some doubts, right? Maybe you're trying to build up a little bit of confidence in yourself, right? Because when we have the fear, we have fight, we have flight, and we've got freeze, right? So there could be something here for some of you, maybe not all, where you do need to look fear in the eye. And maybe it's that you've been in a comfort zone for a long time, and our comfort zone is not always what we want. It's not always healthy and happy, but it's what we're used to. Humans have a very interesting way of getting used to pretty much any situation. And because our brains are very powerful tools, right? And there's a lot of things that can keep us stuck, and fear is quite often the most prevalent. But we can be fear of failure, How about fear of success? Fear of being in the spotlight, fear of change, fear of the unknown, right? All of these things can occur, right? So Spirit is inviting you to have a look and see, where has fear stopped you? Where has fear held you back? What are you afraid of right now? Do you need to face some fear? Because we can also have fear of having a conversation. The simple things, right? Seemingly simple. Why? Because maybe we're afraid of someone's reaction. And that is something worth looking at as well. So face that fear in the eye. Have a look and see what you are afraid of. We're all afraid of something, and it's perfectly okay to be afraid. But Spirit says here, fear has consequences. And when we're honest with ourselves, and when we really do kind of say, yeah, you know what? In my past, I never had this conversation because I was always afraid of what the outcome would be. And because I never had that conversation, things built up and built up and built up, and finally they exploded. Because that's essentially what happens, right? So have a look at the energy of fear. Let's see what else we've got. Ten of Wands in reverse. Letting it go, people. Letting it go. We've got the Moon in reverse there as well. World. There's your end of a cycle. Magician. And the Star. Holy moly. You guys have some very big energies that are coming out here. We've got the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. Ace of Pentacles, new beginnings, fresh starts, new information, a little bit of luck, gifts from the universe. So something coming in that's bigger and better and brighter and shinier and has more potential than something that maybe does need to leave your life. But the Ten of Wands, what have you been holding on to that you do need to release? Because the Ten of Wands is an ending. Stress, anxieties, worries, fears, doubts, right? All these things. It can also represent that you are willing to make some change here. You are willing to see the truth. You are highlighting something in your world here, right? You may be ignoring something with the Moon that needs to have a light shone on it, right? So in this energy, if something's been, a real challenge, this is that cycle that is coming to an end. Interesting, though, that the Moon card should come up because the Moon's relays back to our subconscious. And quite often, the Moon energy does highlight some of our inner fears. Something could be keeping your emotions stuck in a certain place, a certain pattern. Maybe you're ignoring some emotions. The Moon can be a very emotional card. The Moon does rule our emotions. And this can also represent that maybe, there's been some emotions that you've been ignoring, right? So something here that really does need to come to a close, come to an end. Maybe you have been, especially since we do have some things for some that are keeping us kind of in our comfort zone, right? But this isn't comfortable, right? This isn't what you want, okay? Even the smallest things that we change can bring great reward. And we do have rewards coming here. We see the truth, we shine a light, we gain clarity, we're willing to bring something to a close, willing to bring something to an end, right? Working through some cycles here, right? And maybe ready to step forward into a new tomorrow, a new beginning, a better way of doing things, right? But the World card does represent the close of a cycle, right? Something is coming to fruition for you or something is coming to an end, but the World card does bring about a successful completion. Whether it's something small or something big. A big life cycle or just something little in your world. So celebrate where you are. Give yourself a pat on the back. Be thankful and grateful for everything that you've done, everything you've accomplished, everything you've gone through. But get ready to open a portal. Get ready to step through into something very wonderful and perhaps very miraculous. We have the Magician and the Star. Whoa, Nelly, right? The Magician, your personal power, your focus on creating the life that you want, your willingness to be resourceful and adaptable. You've got all the tools that you need with this Magician energy to live the life that you want, to do whatever it is you want to do, to start something new, to manifest things in your world, and ultimately to be in your personal power and not let anything derail you from what you want to build or what you want to create or what you want to change. The Star comes in with some beautiful healing energy. The Star comes in to restore hope and faith and inspiration. The Star brings about balance and energy, but Star also reflects your wishes and your ability to harness all of the power, all of the magic, all of the abundance that the universe has to offer and bring it into your 3D world. Manifestation right there. Manifestation of your goals, your dreams, your desires, your wishes. And what's knocking on your door over here? The Ace of Pentacles, something new. So again, when one cycle gets shut down, right, and we're willing to deal with something instead of hiding away, right, then it brings in this newness, right? This wonderful energy and maybe even, a little bit of luck, right? The Star card for me always does represent a little bit of luck, and coupled with the Ace of Pentacles and the Magician, yeah, you got some great energies coming in here for you. But the Star also speaks to your spiritual self as well, right? And again, for some of you, you've been going through a lot of spiritual awakening and growth. And what happens when we do that is we do quite often find things we've got to deal with. We find emotional baggage. We find, our doubts and our fears and all this kind of stuff, right? And it doesn't matter how long you've been on a spiritual journey. We do, as we grow and as we evolve and as we expand, we do find these things again, right? Because sometimes we deal with things to a certain point and then we're like, okay, yeah, I'm done, but you're not really, right? Or you unearth some things that you've really been keeping compartmentalized, right? And so whatever it happens to be, you can even find things from like past lives, right, that we're shutting down, right? So no matter where you are, this is a time of spiritual growth for you, growth in many, many levels, many ways. The Star does bring about a sense of serendipity. So serendipity replaces fear, and it's a beautiful energy. Whenever we do get the Star, miracles and blessings headed your way. It's the big yes from the universe. Yes, your wishes and your goals, your dreams, whatever it is you desire, whatever it is that you want is manifesting for you. For some of you, hold on to your hat because there's some very quick energy coming in. For others of you, a little more patience may be required because we're going through some stuff, right? But whatever your situation, keep the faith. Faith, hope, inspiration with that Star. Wish upon a star and wish big and dream big because you have the power to create. And we sometimes forget about our personal power and how strong we really are, or we let someone else take our power. No, no, no. It's where you take your power back. Let's get a few more cards here for you. Woo. Got some chakra balance cards by the looks of it. Oh, we got a 4. We're going to twofer. There we go. Hey, 4, you're ruled by Jupiter. So there you go. Number 4 should hold some significance for you. Out of chaos comes creation, right? That pretty much sums up Tower energy, right? Chaos, destruction, breaking something down to build something new. Chakra balance. All things work best in conjunction with all things. Remember, everything is connected. We can, as humans, we try and compartmentalize things sometimes, right? And we try and convince ourselves that this doesn't have any impact on this, but of course it does. Think of your work day has an impact on your personal day. If you've had a bad day at work, chances are some of that energy is spilling over into your evening in some way. Whether you squirrel yourself away from the world or whether you're kind of mad about something or maybe you're pretty jovial about something, right? So everything does connect and has a ripple effect. So remember that everything works in conjunction with everything else. So don't ignore or try and compartmentalize. It doesn't always go our way. There's your next card. Foundation. Foundation is what the castle of your soul is built upon. So anything that we release, anything that we let go of, right? Remember, we're always building from a foundation, the foundation of knowledge and experience, the foundation that we've built for ourselves, right? Just anything that's not working, anything hindering us is being shed and better things coming in. And we have your crown chakra, meditation. To see more clearly, close your eyes. Meditation can really help us work through change, work through fear, can bring us answers, and can really just make us feel more calm and at peace and at one with ourselves and the universe. Those are your messages there, Saggy. That's what I have for you. Spirit's asked me to leave that there, so I will. If there was anything here that did speak to you on any level, please do take a moment to press that like button. It does let me know that. It also lets the algorithm, YouTube algorithm, know the same thing, so more people get to see it. But I thank you so very much for watching. I do hope that something resonated in some way. Drop a heart in the comment section down below. I'll heart you back. We'll connect our energies and share some beautiful energy out into the universe. Thank you very much, guys. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.